Thank you, Richard. Good evening from blisteringly hot Oslo. Match day 3 for both Norway and Scotland in Euro 2024 qualifying Group A. The Scots on 6 points at the top of the table. Norway, just the one from their opening matches.
Order! Order!
Scotland has 32 councils, Norway has 422 for the same population. That means small town and island life in Norway is vital and viable.
And there it goes, pouring into the BP Grangemouth refinery. It has been estimated that 3% of the world's oil reserves lie beneath the North Sea. All these years, Britain has been sitting beside a fabulous industrial treasure trove. But now ceremony's over, production begins in earnest. And the continuing search for new fields could bring even greater prosperity. Black gold, call it what you will. Great Britain has struck it rich.
We will be, in time, one of the 10 largest oil-producing countries in the world. We're infinitely the strongest in terms of energy resources among the common market countries. It's a day, of course, of national celebration and congratulation.
I think Edward Heath, the Prime Minister, was very concerned about this. I mean, I think he saw that there was going to be benefit. And the United Kingdom was in a very difficult economic situation then, and he saw North Sea oil as something that had to be developed fast in order to give us some help. I think it was when oil discoveries started coming in thick and fast, and you'd hear that an oil discovery had been made, then sometime later, so that it was commercially viable and so on. And that started to happen thick and fast, and that created a totally different atmosphere, quite exciting.
Hello, Spanish National Party.
In the 1974 elections, nationalism was peaking, the SNP riding high on a campaign that it was Scotland's oil. The official history also reveals that the economic benefits of oil were being actively downplayed by the government as a move to suppress the nationalist movement.
But look, the Norwegians say to me, you know, they've said to me very clearly, if you want to play a part in Europe, play a part in Europe. If you want to be run by Europe, have our position, because they basically take dictation about what the rules are. You know, I want the
Norwegian elite. It's not the ordinary Norwegian people who are doing pretty well at the moment.
Well, they have an enormous... They have as much oil as we do, and only 4 million people rather than 60 million people, so that makes a difference.
Profits soar.
The oil giant Shell has announced the biggest profits in British corporate history.
BP has announced bumper results. Pre-tax profits are up more than 50% in the same period last year.
But profits as big as this still throw up all sorts of questions. Are oil companies making too much? Should they pay even more tax? How should they use their billions?
Scottish nationalism has coincided with two things. First of all, the relative failure of Britain economically, and secondly, the discovery of oil around the place, around the coast of Scotland, which the SNP have exploited quite shamelessly and said it's our oil. Of course, paying no attention whatever to the fact that Scotland has been virtually subsidised by people like me, working hard in the southeast and paying their taxes for years and years and years. Same goes for Northern Ireland too. So in a way, I should like to see Margaret MacDonald go it alone, but I don't think, I'm happy to say, the consequences would be so happy as she imagines they would be.
Well, what you're really saying, Alan, that we're faced by a most dangerous woman, politically speaking, I think. She's dedicated to destroying the United Kingdom in the way that we understand it. She's dedicated to grabbing stuff that belongs to the United Kingdom and calling it Scottish. In your interview with her earlier on, she talked about Scotland having a new self-confidence because there was an economic safety net. Well, now, those are fancy words for saying that it's Scottish oil, it's not UK oil, and she's going to have it. And the English aren't going to like it. And while I favour some measure of devolution,
Hickey wide on that right-hand side.
What Margaret
back to Hendry.
Is the
Scotland scored, all changes again.
Of conflict between Scotland.
It just doesn't look likely.
No. You never know, Liam. Just takes one chance. I'd like to have seen Shankland or Nisbet coming on. I mean, like, when you need a goal, Shankland, the amount of goals the guy scored this season, Nisbet also had a good season. Chuck them on.
Here's Cooper. And the Scots, square ball for Hendry. Now it's with McTominay in the middle. Forward to McGinn, holding off Odegaard, popping it through. McLean didn't have his eyes on it. Dykes gives chase, he gets there! Goal! Lyndon Dykes scores! Late salvation in Oslo for Scotland. The ball popped through to Dykes, and he gets the slightest, faintest of touches on it to put it past the goalkeeper Nyland. And the Scotland players celebrate over in the corner down in this near side. That is a massive goal for the Scots. It is a massive goal for the Tartan Army, who celebrate wildly up the other end. In the Ullaval, with 3 minutes of the 90 to play, it is Norway 1, Scotland 1.
Well, we said, where's the goal going to come from? It actually comes from a massive error from Norway at the back. But we will take that most definitely. Lyndon Dykes was proactive, followed it in. But their Norwegian defence, they just stood and watched. They thought each other were going to take the ball and clear it. Nobody did. Dykes popped up and just, as you rightly said, being the slightest of touches past the goalkeeper. That's what you call a smash and grab.
Do you know what? There's something about this team right now. There is something about them, something in the air. And Lyndon Dykes just flicked it with the outside of the right boot past the goalkeeper. And it's one apiece. Steve Clark, arms in the air in celebration. And now, this is fine. A draw is fine.
Great result if we got a draw. I mean, you've got to feel for Kevin Nisbet, who'd been shouted up by Steve Clark to come on 2 seconds before the goal was scored. I doubt we'll see him now.
And of course, they've taken Haaland off of Norway. Here's Armstrong, knocking it through to McTominay. Can it get even more sensational? McTominay's early ball, looking for Dykes. McGinn's in behind. McGinn turns it back. Dykes is there. Back to McGinn. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Kenny McLean rolls it into the bottom right corner of the net, and we are seeing undefeated. It's a night